I'm Will Choi, and today I am going to be speaking with Sheng Wang.
Hey.
Whoa, you just came out of nowhere. I didn't even know you were here yet.
Surprise. Let's go. Put some money on it. Solid.
That's solid though.
Solid break.
When did you realize you were funny?
Man, no one ever said I was funny. Even now, I don't think I'm a very funny person. I just, I'm not quick on my feet. I'm not great at pool. But that's what's great about stand-up is you can kind of like figure out what the punchline, what the comeback is.
Then how did you discover stand-up comedy, or like how did that happen?
I got to college and I went to go see this group called Theater Rise, had just formed, I think the year before I got there. This is Berkeley. It was really, really exciting, really exciting. It was this thrill that carried throughout, like leading up to the performance, and I was like so pumped, and I wanted to promote it, and I wanted to, I was all about it.
Yeah.
I was all about it.
Of course. So you have written for Fresh Off the Boat. That was like your first big Hollywood job, right?
Yes, just kind of jumped in there from doing stand-up after doing stand-up for roughly 12 years or so.
Okay.
After 6 years in New York, I finally was like hitting some stride, getting a rhythm, but then, yeah, man, it just was something I couldn't not do.
Do you feel like you use two different sides of your brain to do, like to writing a show versus writing material, or?
It's similar in that there's problem solving in both. My stand-up has been more like moments as opposed to a narrative.
Right.
So it was a little challenging for me to go into the writer's room because we're talking mostly about story and then the jokes come after. The jokes are almost an afterthought.
Yes.
Oftentimes.
Yeah.
It was a good experience. I feel like I've learned a lot and I think it has helped me evolve my stand-up now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What do you find funny? What are things that you like about stand-up?
Yeah, generally my where I draw a lot of my stuff is just personal experience and personal observations. Originally, it started out just like random, very like stoner type of observations. So lately, I feel like it's getting a little more personal connection. People connect with that a lot more.
Yeah.
And it's more meaningful because it also makes it a much more unique piece of material that makes it, that is my own and not transferable and not stealable or whatever. I feel like I'm figuring things out on my own and I'm using stand-up in some ways to like help me. I'm trying to find happiness like separate from success, separate from profession, this craft. Stop. Stop it.
Who are people that you looked up to?
I mean, comedy-wise, I think, the person who like maybe even think I could talk about things I think of was Mitch Hedberg. Chappelle was already huge. Maria Bamford was, I was blown away by all this like cool, innovative stuff that I had never seen before. I never thought my family was particularly funny. I feel like most of the jokes my parents made were very pun-driven, It's a Chinese thing. It's just, I don't get that much out of puns.
Yeah, no?
I mean, every now and then maybe, but no, no.
Has there been a moment where you like bombed super hard that was just like a really good teaching moment for you?
I mean, I bombed super hard.
Yeah.
There's panic. There's like fear.
Yeah.
And then there's also a bit of like, this will be funny later.
Yeah.
There was this one situation where I was doing the show. It was the last show, I was the last comedian. Everyone's like crazy drunk.
Yeah.
By the time I was gonna get on stage, every table is like having their own conversation. I can't yell over, I can't get this audience under control. And so I got up there and I just like I just watched them. They like didn't know how to react, And at first it was like, what the F is going on here? And then it was like, really funny, this guy is not saying anything.
Yeah.
Like it got to a place where everyone cohered and then was just waiting for me to say a word. And then I said like, I don't know, hello? Or something very basic and it just killed. I just suddenly I had them,
Yeah. That seems like a really cool lesson that I feel like a lot of stand-ups might be afraid of, like just to be silent.
Yeah, not crumple.
Yeah. Have you seen a lot of changes, or I guess progress, for Asian Americans in comedy or in stand-up comedy?
People who aren't that savvy about stand-up or comedy, they'll see an Asian dude and they have expectations. You know, they want specific stereotypical jokes, some references, you know, about your mom's accent, or you're good at math, or you're not good at math, or
Yeah.
you're, you know, just most of the comedy I see from Asian Americans are moving past that now and not worried about satisfying that expectation, you know, from an audience. Yay!
Is there any piece of advice that you got that has stuck with you?
Well, first of all, yeah, you just gotta work at it. You just gotta write as much as you can, get on stage as much as you can. But it's also important, this is what I'm learning, or this is what I'm trying to figure out now, is like to find yourself, to find your true self, and to find your happiness and joy outside of that work, outside of that craft.
Yeah.
The work can help, but ultimately you gotta figure out how to live life just simply through life.
Nice.
I've been hanging out with babies a lot.
Yeah.
Babies are so interesting, you know? Everything is new to them. You know, they're just like tripping balls with just basic reality.
Right.
They have no ego, they have great posture, and I'm trying to learn all those things.
Yeah. Trying to learn from the purest of the best. Yeah.
Yeah, before they get sucked into this crazy rat race.
Yeah.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.